Yeah.
Okay, are we all ready?
I think we're ready.
Yeah.
Okay. We are live! Oh my gosh. Hello and welcome to Talk Chef. I am one of your hosts, Reka.
Jordan.
Okay, and we've got a really special guest. He's extremely funny and very good at code names. Trumane, you're already noticing that there's an echo on that video.
Yeah.
It is. You trying to mute it? Welcome to Talk Chef. I am one of your hosts, Reka. Okay, this is only delaying your intro.
It is. And that's not important. Can I just take a second as well?
Absolutely.
To make sure because I opened this in multiple tabs.
This is a night of technical difficulties. I had to work late. Tremane's got multiple tabs of this open.
I'm in a hotel.
Jordan's in a hotel. Yes, and Elaine, thank you for pointing out that everyone we know on this show is good at code names. Trumane among them.
Yeah.
Really good at code names.
Are you good at code names?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm good at code names, so I was going to say it's all of us.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm good. Who knows?
You're
Trumane,
very
are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay.
Rewind.
Okay.
Today, our guest is the very funny, very good at code names, Trumane Alston.
Hello. So glad to be here. Thank you. I figured out my tech and ready to get into some Talk Chef.
We're
perfect.
Really so excited because Trumane, I have really gotten to know you better through playing games on Friday nights with some of our New York pals. And I did not realize before that you loved cooking so much.
Oh,
and baking. You're a huge cook and bake hound.
I do what I can.
No, Trumane made Ube Crinkle Cookies that he mailed to me that were professional.
Reka and I love an Ube Crinkle Cookie.
Yes.
They are delicious. And I'm glad they held up in the mail. I was worried that they would be disgusting by the time
they were incredible. And Trumane bought 75 pounds of shredded ube and made it his own ube halaya, the jam that we bought from Louis Sons. Okay. Any singles in the chat? Okay.
Any single heads, drop your handle.
Exactly. Beautiful. So we're so excited to have you here.
Yeah, Trumane, and we're raising money for an incredible charity this week, like we are every single week that we've ever done this show. But as you might know, if you've watched this season previously, we are raising money for one specific charity this season, which is the Hollywood Food Coalition. They are incredible. Reka and I actively volunteer there, and they're great. They provide meals for people in the Los Angeles area 7 days a week. They also, if you are interested in not necessarily donating money, but let's say maybe you have an Amazon gift card from Christmas and you say, Amazon's a bad company. I don't want to buy something from Amazon. You actually can go and find Hollywood Food Coalition's Amazon wish list.
Okay.
And buy something for them, like a blanket or a sleeping bag or a tent, something that they will give away for free to a homeless person or a person who is food insecure and needs a little help right now. And that's a great way that you could maybe spend your Amazon gift card that's just been burning a hole in your pocket. If you have questions about volunteering, you can DM us on Talk Chef, or you can DM me personally. I'm there every Saturday and Sunday if anybody wants to come out and volunteer with me.
Yes.
It's really great. And we love them. And we're excited to raise money for them. We've raised hundreds of dollars so far this season, which rules. And I'm ready to jump into the episode.
I'm so freaking ready. Now, Trumane, we realized that when we assign these episodes out, listen, Jordan and I are busy people. We don't always notice. We're famously busy. We don't always notice that the episode we assign is something stupid. So for instance, that your first episode of Top Chef ever was a Watch What Happens Live.
It was a Watch What Happens Live and basically a clip show. So I wasn't sure what the format of the show was supposed to be. And it was a lot of references to characters or their people. Who knows? I didn't see it before. People that I've never met before from previous seasons that wouldn't even show up in the next episode. And it felt like watching the pilot of Game of Thrones or something, just trying to figure out who everyone was and keep it in my head, even if it wasn't.
I think that's actually beautiful. Yeah, I think that's nice because you get to come into it with fresh eyes. How do you don't see these people in a kitchen. You've seen these people in a talk show format with the big clips from their season picked out.
And a lot of clips from home life.
So those were their audition videos.
And they were all bad. They were all cringy.
Yes. Truly disgusting.
Yeah.
So
I feel like everyone's video was like, I'm sexy and I'm never wrong. And I'm
yeah,
like,
here are
what
my
outfit are
there are
you
two
wearing?
things about me that make me a chef. I'm sexy and I'm never wrong.
Gross.
And I'm a little bit of an asshole, but like that's what makes me charming.
Yeah, exactly. I have a severe addiction and
Yeah.
okay, so as we said, episode 7 was a Watch What Happens, smack dab in the middle of a 3rd season, very audacious. This season not only it started with an all-star episode, and just 7 episodes in, they decided to do another sort of retrospective on the show.
Bananas,
Interesting.
absolutely bananas.
Absolutely crazy. So from season 1, we've got returning Leanne, Dave, and Harold. We love Harold. If you love Harold still, pop it in the chat. Season 2, we've got Cliff, Alon, Mikey, and Sam. Season 3, we've got Clay, Sandy, Leah, Micah, and Camille.
Absolutely.
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 Oh my God. I feel like I recognized 4 of those names.
That's
4. Which 4 were they, Trumane? Who did you remember?
Harold had the restaurant, right? Harold had the restaurant in New York.
Absolutely.
Elon, I know Elon and Sam.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. You're crushing.
And Alon and Sam were in that competition with Jacques Pepin.
Jacques Pepin, yes! Bitch! Okay, wait, Trumane, there's something egregious that we have missed. Because you don't just get to be on this show. You have to kind of earn your keep here because every episode of Top Chef, every episode of Talk Chef has a quick fire. Oh. Okay. So now that you've proved you kind of know the basics of Top Chef, we're going to hit you with a fucking quick fire. Okay. Are you ready?
Let me take another second. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, perfect. So Talk Chef's quick fire is the shortest quick fire in all of Top Chef history. Quick fires on Top Chef range from 20 to 21 minutes. For us, 45 seconds. Okay. Okay, 45 seconds to answer 10 questions. And these are not trivia questions. These are personal preference questions about you and food. And you will have 45 seconds from the moment that I finish question 1. Now, if you're like, this is like bullshit. I don't give a fuck. I'm leaving. Let me tell you what the prizes are.
Just wait.
Just wait. Your prizes, should you succeed, are a deed to the Terlato Wine Vineyard.
Oh my God.
Now, this wine, have you heard of it?
No, but is it good?
No, thank you so much for asking, Trumane. This is a wine that sponsored Top Chef at a certain point, and this wine has been completely erased from the face of the earth. You cannot purchase it anywhere any longer. The Top Chef contestants that have had it, some of them haven't had it at all, and the ones that have say that it's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Right.
So you win a deed to that vineyard, which is actually located in a nuclear power plant underneath the ocean. Mm-hmm. And your smallest bottle of wine there is 45,000 gallons. So you'll win a deed to that vineyard. It's gorgeous in the summer. And you will win your own suite of broken GE appliances, just like the ones they use in Top Chef, a fryer that won't heat to temperature, an oven that mysteriously gets turned down. That is what's at stake.
Well, I'm glad all this stuff has resale value at least.
Oh, baby, you're going to struggle to sell that Terlato wine. Are you ready, Trumane?
I am ready.
Okay. First question. What is your favorite bad food?
Ooh, I think Cheetos?
Okay. Are clip shows good?
No.
Was it weird when they cut to Cliff after Micah said she's African American?
I felt like they had to cut to Cliff, but they absolutely should not have.
Did you like the quote unquote tribute to Padma's clothes?
No.
What is your favorite frozen food?
Oh, mochi.
Can you identify celery seed on site?
No.
What meal do you wish existed in frozen meal form?
Codfish and ackee.
Ooh, would you eat something labeled one big chunk?
No.
Time is up. I'm so sorry, Trumane.
Okay. You got 8 of them. That was so close. You did a great job. And I think your answers were really quality. Also, Christine's popping in the chat saying they love Cheetos too. So you've got some Cheeto brethren in this chat.
I love Cheetos. Are you a hot Cheeto? Are you an original? Are you a puffy?
Oh, okay. I like the what is it, like the jalapeno?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, those are spicy.
Jalapeno lime?
Yes. Those are really good.
So good. They're so good. Also you said bad food, and I think it's junk food. It's not bad. I love.
Yes. Yes, that's great. Beautiful. Wow, so gorgeous. Oh, and Maya says it was celery salt. Excuse me. Listen, I can't identify either on site because I'm a little dumb. I'm a little dumb. I'm a little dumb.
I think you're a little hung, not a little dumb.
Oh, I thought you said dumb.
You're a little dumb. Sorry, Reka.
That's in my Top Chef audition video. Hi, I'm a little dumb. Okay, beautiful. So sorry, hopping back into this Watch What Happens Live. Just a stupid idea for an episode. I really don't like Andy Cohen's energy.
Yeah. I'm going to say ever.
Yeah. He gives me big, like, actor on a set trying to, like, talk to the writer or the director energy.
He's just like a mean gay guy.
Yeah, he's mean. He was like, the first thing that came out of his mouth was like, "You look like you should drive a fucking taxi cab," or whatever. What did he say to that first dude?
Oh, he said, oh my fucking God. I forget. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah. He roasted Matt for wearing a tux, which is like, somebody should have roasted Matt for wearing a tux, but it didn't have to be the first thing said in the whole episode.
Yes. He likes to roast people for what they're wearing. I really hated that tribute to Padma's clothing that was kind of just slut shaming her or like body shaming or clothes. It was just stupid. I hated that. His energy felt bad.
He's mean. I don't like him. I just watched the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunions and I didn't like him on that either. I just don't like him. I'm sorry. Andy Cohen. Maybe if I met you in real life, I would like you. And we're both the hosts of popular shows. So he and I might run into each other. But I just think, he's just like a mean, bitchy guy. Sorry.
Yes. Incredible. Okay. So like the clips they go over are like, bad dishes is like the first one. So it's like, hey, okay. And someone also pointed out in the chat was weird to see Cliff there. I will agree. Weird energy because Cliff was kicked off the show.
I noticed that for holding a man down and shaving his head on camera.
It was extremely uncomfortable. Yes. So that was
for anyone worried about Cliff. He has done pretty well. He opened a restaurant and like worked on a restaurant concept with Eden Grinchpan, who's like a pretty prominent. She's actually the host of Top Chef Canada, or like one of the judges on Top Chef Canada. But he's been doing a lot of stuff since then, so I think he's doing fine. But it definitely was weird to see him here. Reka is in the chat today. Reka is fully in the chat. She is.
I'm all over this chat. Trumane, just to keep you abreast of this, people are talking Takis in the chat. Are you a Takis fan?
I didn't grow. I had access, but didn't eat Takis as a kid.
I get you. Well, you know who has Takis is the Hollywood Food Coalition, and you could donate to them to help them get more Takis for people, which is great. I agree, Elaine. Poor Clay was first and had to see his bad dish. I don't know. I hate this whole like, hey, do you remember how you guys fucked up hard?
Yeah. I think also as like the first episode that I'm watching for Top Chef to be like, well, this is all the trash you made.
Yeah. Hey, remember you guys got eliminated except for two of you who won $100,000. Here, relive that.
It's really weird. And I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. I think that Clay would do a lot better. I think Clay's food would do a lot better now.
I agree.
On the show then, because I think at that point in time, we were not at a point where like high level people in the culinary world thought Southern food was important.
Absolutely.
Now we've taken like such a shift where that's such a thing. And people are like, everybody has like a soul food concept now, a Southern concept now. And back then that just like wasn't it. So people thought it was like trashy. And I think I'll say
in his submission,
the watermelon gorgonzola.
No, that was Sam. Clay was the gazpacho and the apple. And he was the one that mentioned in his audition video that like he's never seen grits on the show or like Southern food on the show.
Okay.
And he had like the Mississippi accent.
He's just a line cook for Mississippi. And so it's, I get why he didn't make it as far as some of the other people, but I think they were really down on him for being kind of like lower class.
Yes, I do think that.
Of them. And I'm like, actually, he's like behaving with a lot more class than most of the people on the show.
100%. Okay. So they do go over, I did remember Betty's, Bailey's cocktail that had lime juice in it that curdled the top. It was even more disgusting looking than I remember. It looked like it had like a yogurt floater on top.
She didn't say lime in the description of the cocktail, and it seems like it would have been so good without it.
Without it,
like caramel and cream and cinnamon, which is like, This
Yes.
is a dessert cocktail.
Literally the
lime.
way. Yeah, go ahead. I'm so sorry, Tremaine.
Lime is like psychotic. You have so much cream. It's like, oh, it's a heavy cream base and like a Bailey's cream caramel, and then I'm gonna add citrus. It's psychotic.
And then I poured a bunch of orange juice in it. What's funny is when you do vegan baking, the way you make vegan buttermilk is you take like a non-dairy milk and you put lemon in it.
Yeah.
Because it curdles it.
But if you taste buttermilk, it's disgusting.
I will say Indian people just drink that straight up with meals. I have not done this, but a lot of people do it. But again, they don't add Bailey's and lime to it. So wild. So yeah, we get a little tour through. We get the Gorgonzola watermelon dessert that did look bad. We get Cheeto and
Good to me. Is that so?
here's what looks gross about it. To me, it looks like it's not cold. It looks like warm watermelon with melted Gorgonzola, and that sounds bad to me.
That sounds good to me.
Okay. Here's a secret for any College Humor fans in the audience. There is an unaired pilot that Mike Trapp and I started with Richard Blaze of Top Chef season 4 and 8, where Richard gives us a task of something to do that sounds improbable cooking wise. And the thing he had us do was make a watermelon pie. And let me tell you, hot watermelon does not taste good.
I can't imagine it tasting good.
Yeah, that sounds bad. I mean, I guess it's any type of hot melon, hot cucumber, that sounds bad to me. I guess just anything that has like a high water retention rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like zucchini tastes bad. Okay. So
No, zucchini tastes good.
Okay,
I
Tremaine.
think zucchini should only be reserved for breads.
Thank you. Okay, everyone,
Like,
Tremaine is my guy.
No. Okay. We'll talk about this. Both of you, we'll talk about this later.
anything that's trying to trick you into it being spaghetti is garbage.
Oh,
I agree with that. But you know what? I think zucchini is a delicious vegetable, and I think it's getting a bad rap because people are like, it tastes just like pasta. It's like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't taste just like pasta.
no, it tastes like water.
The water content's too high. Exactly.
I know, but if you slice some zucchini and grill it, and you top it with some like lemon butter and some garlic salt, it's delicious. Reka, you would like that.
I like ratatouille.
Okay, that's zucchini, bitch.
It is. Okay, bitch. But it's topped in tomatoes, like a heavy tomato sauce.
I feel like grilling vegetables like evens the playing field, so it all tastes like charred. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, we'll have to settle this over dinner.
Yes.
After quarantine. Beautiful. Okay, I do love all the zucchini popping in the chat right now. Yeah, come through with your opinion on zucchini. We also got a tour of Mikey's Cheeto in a lump of chocolate, and we get this wonderful moment where Micah's thing about ketchup is brought up again. Tremaine, for context, in an episode, Micah made meatloaf because it was like a remake these American comfort food classics, and she's from South Africa, and she made meatloaf, and she made a tomato sauce to go with it, and I took no offense to this, but she goes, oh, I know Americans like to eat this with ketchup. And then the judge was like, well, very offended.
That is a thing with meatloaf, right? It's like meatloaf and ketchup.
I believe so. I didn't.
In the meatloaf.
Yes, I didn't think anything of it. This judge seemed offended. And then Micah's explaining herself. And she's like, no, I was saying it just the same way you'd say something like you eat chutney with curry. And Padma goes, or Indian people would eat chutney with curry. And Padma goes, no, we don't. And I was like, ooh, here's the thing. The great thing about Indian food is you can do whatever you want. I make everything into a big pile. I put chutney, I put curry, I got my naan or my chapati. I got everything going. So I disagreed with Padma in that moment, but it was funny. That's all I'll say.
My two girls fighting.
Yeah, my two girls.
Oh, my two girls. I hate to see it.
Yes. And then, sorry, we get this really beautiful moment where they're like kind of, what the fuck is Alec Baldwin's girlfriend say? Hilaria. They're like Hilaria Baldwinning.
Right.
Micah, and they're like,
right?
Someone on some message board said that you went to school in Massachusetts. And she's like, well, I went to high school there. Yeah, but I am from South Africa. And then she says, I'm African American. And then they cut to Cliff, and it's like, yeah, what do we think?
I hate when honestly have had multiple times where South African white people are like, I'm African American, and I think it sucks every time. I mean, 10 out of 10 times that
10 out of 10 dentists agree.
Yeah.
It sucks every time. Yeah, it was really uncomfortable. I really hated it.
Yeah. It's very out of touch.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, as if you didn't need any more reminders that this was filmed in like 2007. It was like, oh God, yeah, this
the
sucked.
fact that she thinks it's funny, it's clear that she's not.
Yeah.
It's clear that she's not funny.
It's clear that she's not African American.
Oh, it's clear that she's not funny.
I think it's also clear that she's not funny. I say that I love Sandy. I know we've talked about this before.
Oh yeah.
Her name is Sandy Birdsong, and that just feels so good. And secondly, when she talks about Casey, she says, oh, they're trying to portray Casey as this hot, sexy, blah, 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 whatever. And like, that's her thing. And she's like, that's not her thing. She's like extremely talented. I'm like, wow, for her to just like stand up for another woman
who's not even there. Like,
there?
I thought that was
an injustice.
And also when they asked people about Padma's wardrobe, and a bunch of people kind of stood up for her, and I love that.
And Sandy was one of the people that was like, she can wear whatever she wants, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Sandy is a lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Okay, get close to your camera if you think it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Pretty cool.
Lesbians, drop your handles in the chat.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I love Sandy. She's the best.
She rules. I also thought Clay was super positive during this whole conversation too. We got a mention of our boy Steven, who was again 24 at the time his season was filmed. And they called him Barry Manilow meets Rod Stewart.
So funny.
I was like, that is so accurate. Tremaine, did you catch a glimpse of Steven?
I don't think. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Also, when they were like, Steven, is he real? And then all his clips were like normal.
His clips, I can see how, if you haven't seen season 1, it's just him pouring wine and stuff. He is deeply annoying, but that is a very good point that if you're just pulling those clips without context.
Yeah. It was like, oh, I can't sell this stuff. Like, it doesn't look like our demographic.
Yes.
And like, I'm pouring wine. Steven's a fucking nut.
Yeah. Yes. That's very, very funny. Jordan dropped her handle in the chat for the call for lesbians to drop their handle in the chat. Okay.
Anybody else?
She does as she preaches. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to set a good example.
I thought that was beautiful. Also, okay, so we mentioned when Allie was on, because they were trying to be like, who is queer in this season? And we mentioned Hung is bi. I thought Hung hadn't come out until after. He's fully out during this time. I thought that was awesome.
He says it because you know why? I remember when I watched this, I think I thought he was joking because I identified as bisexual at the time of this, of watching this when I was younger. And I remember being like, oh, he's just making a joke. Like, they're like, what do you like? And I'm like, oh, I will fuck anything with a hole or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, people will say like gross stuff like that, especially of this time. Yeah. And now that he is like an out bisexual man, I'm like, oh, that's wrong of me that I assumed he was joking, but.
And that was in his like audition tape, or was it?
Yes, because inexplicably, in theory, they're making their own audition tapes. So in theory, one of his friends was like, so boyfriends, girlfriends? And then he goes, I go both ways. I'm like,
but honestly, I think that's a thing to give you a little like pizzazz in your audition tape. Sorry, maybe that's wrong of me to say. But I think at this time to be an out bisexual man.
And especially he's also Asian. And that is what surprised me. I'm like, whoa.
Yes. Amanda pointed out in the chat that it does feel extremely mid 2000s to say something like I go both ways. And that's absolutely true.
That's absolutely true. Also want to say that Elaine pointed out that this is also the episode where Tom says the thing about camera adds 10 pounds of bitch. Just lots of dumb misogyny.
But also the hardest laugh in the room.
I was like, that's not funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tom.
Tom has really cleaned up his act in the last few years. I'll say it.
Yeah, Tom. Yeah, Tom's got a tight 5 now, but this was 2007.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Workshopping things.
Gorgeous. Okay. Oh, here's a moment I really hated in that vein. I hated when Andy asked the question, do you think anyone got hired for their looks? And Tom was like, I think Candace did. I just feel like that's such a fucking slap to her. I know she's a culinary student, but like,
Yeah.
it's almost like acting like the onus was on her. It's like, you fucking put her on the show. Like, that's a you call that you decided like you're gonna be gross. Like, I don't know. That I didn't like.
Yes, I agree. I think that it's like, while honestly, I agree with that. I think she was probably added to add drama.
Oh,
I think for
totally.
Tom to say that publicly and to single her out is really, really disrespectful.
Yeah, it felt really bad because she, like, Tremaine, for context, Candace is this model that was also in culinary school, and she was probably like 23 on season 1, and she gets to like episode 6 or something. She doesn't like flunk out in the first episode. Yeah, she beats other chefs along the way, and then for her to be like, "Oh, well, she was just here for her looks," it's just a bummer.
Yeah.
That's what I say. This is just a bummer.
It's also a rude, disrespectful question to ask in the first place.
Oh my God, Andy Cohen's full of them. All of these questions are so annoying.
Because the first dude was like, "Oh, Frank," Frank was like, is rude as hell to Frank too.
Oh my God, what the fuck did they say about Frank? It was like, they made fun of how he looks, right?
Yeah, it was like the joke was just like, he's unattractive, but he's a good cook.
Yeah.
It's like, the question's bad. The question's bad. The only person that handled it well was Sandy Birdsong.
Listen, Sandy Birdsong forever. If you're a Sandy Bird singer, like, pop it in the chat.
My roommate's here because we're in a hotel room and he's laughing at that one. Colin loved that one.
Beautiful. Yes. Also this moment where you get some more backstory as to like how mean Elan and Marcel were to each other.
Yeah.
Elan told Marcel he didn't deserve to eggs. I'm like, I don't even know what that means.
What does that mean? Yeah, I was very confused about that.
Yes.
I think that learn how to use some salt is a very funny insult to a chef.
That is such a specific, use some salt, some paprika.
Go to Italy, learn how to use some salt.
Yeah. And then come to New York and I teach you how to cook. We had Elan on as a guest. Fun fact for any new viewers, he is our season 2 finale guest. If you want a little more intel on season 2, Elan versus Marcel and where they're at now.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I also love Leanne defending Marcel in this moment. I just love the like honor happening in this round table, especially from people like Sandy and Leanne and Harold as usual. We love Harold. Pop it in the chat if you are Team Harold. Also learned this fun moment of Ken Lee. Backstory, Tremaine Ken Lee is an absolute nightmare chef from season 1. He is eliminated the first episode. He's the one that was going like, oh, in his like stupid video. Yeah. He gets eliminated because in the line, he was on the line at Fleur de Lis, Hubert Keller's restaurant. And to taste his food, instead of using a tasting spoon, he dips his fingers in and like licks it. And then they were like, yo, you can't do that. And then he was like, what? You're telling me you never dip your fucking hand that I stuck in my asshole into this soup? And then he gets eliminated for being like disrespectful and shitty. And then you learn he also has night terrors where he's like screaming in the middle of the night.
Very funny detail.
Yes. I like don't want to shame anyone for having night terrors. I do think an angry man who nobody likes having night terrors is just kind of a icing on like, wow, this dude is profoundly irritating. Yeah.
Oh, I do have a question.
Go.
Okay. So Sam, right?
Yeah.
He's like a very good chef?
Yes. He's a good chef. Yes.
Okay. I was thinking about that question. Is anybody there just because they're
Oh, and you saw the watermelon gorgonzola and you thought Sam's here because he's a hottie.
I saw the watermelon gorgonzola. I saw the food competition where all those women were like flocking to him, like, oh, you deserve to win, when they didn't taste the food.
So he gets to the final 4 in season 2. He makes a lot of banger dishes. Okay. And spoiler, he returns in a future season. So he is one of the like top chef the good chefs of his season.
Also is nice. He has diabetes and is a big diabetes advocate, especially for children, and like I think has a charity or a foundation or something. So he does a lot of good work.
It's called
Water Droplet or something.
One type out one type one.
Keep going.
Sam type. No, it's not. It's called. We're gonna find this. Hold on.
The logo is Droplet. What I can only.
It's a water drop because he has a tattoo of it. Sam Top Chef. I swear I'm gonna find it. But beyond my type, not my type.
No, Rika, you're getting further from it.
Got no type.
Beyond type 1. Bam.
Wow.
And Nick Jonas is in the group too. So okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I short circuited. I'm sorry. I did have to think of it. So yeah, Sam's a good dude, but yes, I can see how again from just this you might think like
Just the clip show. Just the clip show.
Yes. Who's this hottie with the body making hot watermelon? Yeah.
Honestly, I'm over this episode.
Me too. I think it sucks and we need to move on. And I'm sorry we spent so much time on it.
No, that's okay. I think it was all important, but I'm just like, I'm over it.
There's a reason that these Watch What Happens and these like reunion specials don't happen on Top Chef in the future. And it's because they're always horrible.
Is this the only one?
Season 1 has a reunion that's really bad and uncomfortable.
To the point where I was like, oh, I think that they're going to have like a real issue maybe continuing to do the show because people are so belligerently drunk and like putting their hands on each other.
And crying and getting up and like in each other's faces screaming.
Like a whole bottle of champagne, like really like.
Yes.
Insane.
Season 2 did not have one. And then this was like a weird intermediate thing to have a Watch What Happens with just some of the chefs.
Okay.
Very strange.
Very strange. So episode 8, yeah?
Yeah. Trumane, did you like this one?
I got a much better feel for the show. I did like it. I think the what is it, the quick fire? Kind of silly.
A little silly. This is a famous, it gets developed into something better along the way of Top Chef history.
Yeah.
But like a famous origin to this like challenge of using your senses. I will also say Amanda rightfully brought up that Tom was asked about how he is a bear and how bears love him. And I do think that that's important. Pop it in the chat if you think Tom's a bear or if you're a bear who loves Tom.
I do think it was very funny that his knee-jerk reaction was, I have a wife who I fucked and I have a child. I fucked my wife.
As long as my wife wants to fuck me and my kid wants to love me, I don't care what I am.
Yeah. I do have to really quickly, we have some breaking news of something my roommate just designed for us, and people can pop it in the chat if they want to purchase one of these. It's a shirt that says, I'm a Sandy bird singer, with a picture of Sandy. Sandy posed with her knife.
Okay.
So if anyone wants to purchase an I'm a Sandy bird singer shirt that my roommate Colin Thomas just designed, let the chat know.
I'm not, I might just be because I'm like tired. That almost makes me tear up. I also meant to text you this, Jordan, but I do think Colin looks like Nicholas Hoult.
Do you like that? I've heard that. Thank you so much. Oh my God.
Okay, I thought that was important to say. I am tearing up. That shirt was really beautiful to me.
So exciting. I love that. Okay, well, Rika, now I know what I'm getting you for your birthday.
Beautiful.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I derailed everything. Yes, the quick fire is stupid. I hate this quick fire. I hate all of the quick fires that aren't cooking. I hate the quick fires that are like, tell me what this is. I don't care. I don't care if you know what gochujang tastes like. Like,
oh my God, I love it.
That's not entertaining for me to watch. Rika, how do you like this?
Okay, I like the idea that a chef is so intimately acquainted with their ingredients that like I don't think the like knowing by sight. Later on, Trumane, as a spoiler, they kind of develop this quick fire to be a taste test. So they're all blindfolded and then they just like you get to taste it and drink water in between, and it's kind of like a whoever gets the most in 2 minutes kind of thing.
Do they tell the viewer what it is?
Yes, there's a lower third.
Okay, that was what I needed, because in this quick fire there was so much stuff where it's like immediately recognizable by sight.
Yes.
Or the video quality wasn't good enough for you to recognize oatmeal.
Absolutely. Yes, I think that is true. And I think that is a flaw with this version of it. I do like Sarah Bradley. She's a contestant in Top Chef Kentucky. And she came on our show and talked about that quickfire challenge specifically. And she said that to prepare for Top Chef, she was just going into her pantry in her restaurant and smelling everything to be like, and I love that. The idea, like that reminds me of like immigrant cooking where all the jars are unlabeled. They all look identical. And you go, this is cumin. This is anise. I love it. It makes me feel like I'm at home. So that's why I like it.
I get that. And I like the way that you just described it, Rachel.
Yes.
That is more appealing. But just in terms of watching I would watch you do that if we were both together in a place. But I don't
Jordan, first thing in quarantine, I will invite you to my house, blindfold me, and have me identify all of my spices.
Just you wait, everyone. We're gonna do this.
We're gonna do something kinky.
I don't really want to watch this, and I don't like that some of the things are bow tie pasta.
I think that is fucking the difficulty level.
All of Casey's that were shown were the easiest things to recognize.
Absolutely.
All of them.
I think that
this is just like this is just roasted red bell peppers.
Yes. Yeah. I think that is stupid. When like I remember Sarah Nguyen got she said cherry vinegar and it was raspberry vinegar. I'm like compared to bow tie pasta.
Compared to looking at bow tie.
Oh, sorry. I gotta. Is this? Is this spaghetti?
You could touch bow tie pasta with your hands and know what it is,
Yeah.
right? Like that is so wild to me. So I hate these challenges, but honestly, Rick, that makes me happy that you like it and they have one.
I think that's diversity representation matters. And Trumane, sorry, what was your gauge on this? Did you like this or not?
I thought it was silly. And I tried to play along. Honestly, most of the things that were smell I got from sight.
Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful.
So
yes.
Kind of hard to say that this was a good challenge.
Yes, I think it wasn't designed particularly well. I think that's a great point.
I agree. So we finished this quick fire. Casey wins. She gets immunity. Great. We have the big drama of Hung touches it. He says, I know exactly what it is. He says that it is.
He says it's anise seed by just looking at it. And then when he tastes it, he's like, oh, celery seed. And they go, no.
Also, with a lack of previous episodes, with a lack of like seeing previous episodes, I don't think Hung is that bad.
Yeah, he's just really cocky. I like Hung. I think he reminds me, what did I say last time? He just reminds me of like a kid in a candy store that loves cooking so much that he's just like, oh my God, that's a melted milk ball. And he can't even like do the rolls because he's so excited. He is a little arrogant though, for sure.
Yes. Yeah. I also think he's a little bit inconsiderate. He's been called out multiple times for running through the kitchen with a knife.
That is.
And almost getting people with it. And they like show it. Like, it's not even just a thing they talk about. They actually show it. And then in another episode, he like drops a live crawfish on the ground. And everyone's like, oh, are you not going to pick that up? And he's like, no, I don't need it. And just like leaves. It's just like some stuff like that I would like to think at this point he has probably grown out of. But at that point, because, they're still having everyone on the show be in their early 20s, I think he's just, just being a little intense for the show.
Yes.
But what I will say is as we move into this elimination challenge, I adore this elimination challenge.
Okay. I also really liked this.
I liked it a lot as well.
Yes.
Right. So for anyone who didn't watch, they were responsible for Rocco DiSpirito, who was an Italian chef, who I don't know what he's doing now. He was the guest, and they got those bags of Bertolli pasta that are like frozen bags that you just dump into a skillet, and then you have like a whole one pot cooked meal. And they had to recreate that at home or in the kitchen, freeze it, cook it the next day in a grocery store, and then try to sell it for free to people in the grocery store through like a taste test.
Yeah, I freaking love this. I love the idea of converting a food to like a frozen entree.
I agree.
What do you think, Trumane?
Oh, I think it's great. I think it's I think it's like a fun challenge. I don't know. I was mad at the people that were involved the entire time. Like the two negative teams, the two teams that were like falling apart. I was mad at them the whole time.
Yeah.
But it was a good challenge. I thought it was like put together well.
What made you mad at them?
Oh, I feel like Joey and was it Howie?
Absolutely.
They were like
Every
two
episode.
types of the same problem, which is like, oh, let me not listen to my partner. One out of aggression, and the other one is just truly an idiot.
Yes. It was either Bridget Rizkala or Allie Beardsley who said that one of them is like the Pokemon evolution of the other, and it's like hard to tell who's like
Yeah.
who's Pikachu level, who's like whatever Raichu level.
It's Slowpoke and Slowking for sure.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna pop. Oh no, I can't pop a link. Everyone just Google Slowpoke and Slowking, just because they're cute.
The names are so, I don't know that much about Pokemon, but wow, the names are so funny.
Oh yeah, I'll pop it in our little chat, just
yeah,
so you have an idea, Jordan, of how cute they're, a little cutie. Thank you for that.
Oh,
Tremaine.
I've seen this one.
It's nice, right?
I called this one Bubblegum. And what's
And
the
I
other-
called. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me see the other one. Hold on, I gotta pull it up.
Yeah.
What's this one? Oh, this one's like Dr. Duck.
Dr. Duck. Yeah. Okay. This is my favorite Pokemon. I'm showing Jordan a picture of Lickitung, which I believe Allie Beardsley told me was a lesbian, which cool.
Its name is Lickitung.
Lickitung.
Yes.
And it has a big tongue and it's
Yeah.
pink.
People like to say that Pokemon names got stupid later on, but I think they always were.
Yeah. I think that's true. I think that's
Wow.
true.
Honestly, yeah. That
Okay,
Pokemon's
cool.
Like, what is it? Generation 5 or whatever it is. I'm like,
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice?
Yeah.
Is the name of the ice
Horse
cream
dog
company?
is half horse, half dog. Beautiful. I love this.
All right, Valley on that one. But yes, so for this challenge, we ran into a lot of things, which I thought was bizarre. The big thing was they got to open a bag and dump it out and see what it looked like. And it was very clear that everything was individually frozen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like you mean like pasta frozen separately from sauce, right?
Pasta frozen separately from sauce, frozen separately. Like the chicken is frozen
Veggies,
separately.
yeah.
Separate from the vegetables.
The
And
peppers, yeah, everything is frozen in its own pieces separately, and also not touching, so they're not like big clumps of things, and that was very visible. Yet some teams refused to do that.
well, only one team actually did it, right?
Yeah, was it
It was the winning team. It
Kate,
was
CJ and
DJ and Trey were the only team to do it
Yes.
properly.
Yeah.
Some of the other teams did it like almost halfway there, like they froze some things separately, but still not as much as it should have been. And then Joey and
Hung.
Joey just refused to. Joey froze it as if it was my mom sending me to school with lunch, like just in Tupperwares with like sauce
Tupperwares and
poured
put it
over
in
pasta.
the freezer.
Yeah, very
Hung
wild.
the whole time was like, okay, so we got to do this separately. And he was like, all right, okay, just you pissing me off. You're pissing me off.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then later he keeps being like, if Hung really wanted to do that, he should have slammed down the cutting board and punched me in the gut.
that's the only way I listen is if you kill me.
Yeah, it's like, what are you even talking about?
Like, you were already getting mad when he was being nice to you.
It's
Yeah.
so crazy when I understand what people mean if they're like, oh, if I'm not listening, just like pull me aside and be like, dude, I understand that. But like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, it feels like actually that no one could have ever gotten you to listen.
Yeah, at all.
Absolutely not. But you know what? I'll also say I was a little too irritated at Hung because, and maybe this is just me projecting, so either one of you feel free to tell me if you think I'm wrong, but I think if Hung had been partnered with a woman, he would have insisted on doing what he wanted. But I think because he was partnered with another man that was
I think
like,
that's true.
no, he was like, okay, fine.
Yes.
And
And-
I have no larger context of Hung, but you're probably right.
I buy that.
I don't even think it's Hung as much as it is just like general kitchen dynamics.
Uh-huh.
But also, I would say if Hung were a white dude, Joey probably would have listened.
If
Absolutely.
Hung were a bigger white dude.
A bigger white
Absolutely.
dude, Joey would have listened for
Yeah.
sure.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah,
Wow.
I think both of those probably true. Yeah.
It just feels weird. I'm like, we got to figure it out.
We do have to figure it out here
Yeah.
and now.
Here and right now. Then that's right. We're gonna solve it tonight. Okay, I got these dishes written down. Are we ready?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So Casey and Dale made an orecchiette pasta with pesto and pork and turkey meatballs. I'm gonna say thumbs up.
That sounds great to me. We do a little thumbs up, thumbs down, and it's the criteria is so loose, Trumane. It's like, does it sound good? Does it seem like a Top Chef dish? Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You like it? It looked good to me. Also, Rocco DiSpirito, who is an Italian person, said that this was one of the best pestos he's ever had in his entire life.
Mm-hmm. So it was a very well-balanced pesto.
That shook me to my core. I can't even imagine how many pestos. I've had a billion pestos. I can't even imagine how many Rocco DiSpirito's had.
Wow. I really want to try I want to try that pesto.
Yeah. We gotta DM Casey and get the recipe.
Yeah.
Okay. Brian and Sarah N made chicken rigatoni with Kalamata olives, peppers, sun-dried tomatoes, and rosemary.
Ooh, Trumane, tell us. Dish.
I don't know. I think it sounds fine. It sounds like fine. It does sound like a like basic dish, but I don't have any real complaints.
Yeah.
I don't care for sun-dried tomatoes necessarily.
Okay. I get that.
There's also I took a little picture of the screen. There's so much parsley on top.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool, guys.
Actually, no. And you should have the same amount of herbs as food sometimes.
I agree. Reka, I do agree with you. You and I both are little herby babies.
Yeah.
But I think that a very rosemary forward dish doesn't need a ton of parsley.
I forgot there's rosemary. Rosemary's really, really strong.
Very strong.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Favorite herb, everyone? Everyone got a favorite herb?
Yeah.
What?
Cilantro.
Okay, that's a good one.
I like thyme.
Trumane.
Man, we were not expecting that.
Oh my God. Okay. Wait, all you singles in the chat, if you like thyme. Okay. I really can't choose. I love cilantro and I love basil.
Reka? No, pick one.
Fuck. Okay. I will say this, the herb I always try to have in the house is cilantro.
Same. You have to.
Yeah.
Cilantro.
I think the herb I always have is basil, actually.
Okay. But you love thyme. So interesting. You don't give yourself what you want.
I think I have basil in almost everything, but I think thyme adds it's like a favorite. It's like a little specialty. You know what I mean?
Wow. Basil in everything.
A sprig of thyme in a dish, just it infuses all the way through, and it is strong, but it adds to the flavor. I feel like it boosts the flavor of everything else.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an herb I don't like.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. I recently have been getting really into mint in savory dishes because I just always forget that I don't think of myself as someone who loves mint in general.
Mint is hard, but it's surprising. It works.
Yeah, I made if anybody knows Burma Superstar, it's a restaurant in the Oakland area. I have their cookbook and I made their Is that mint?
Is that thyme? Is that tarragon?
Basil? What is it?
Can we keep interrupting you?
This is a Cuban oregano, and I have no idea how to use it. I haven't ever put it in anything.
Okay, if you know how to use Cuban oregano, pop it in the chat right now.
Right now, please.
I'm so intrigued. I wonder if it's like Mexican oregano.
Yes, I think it's. Oh no, I don't think it's the same thing.
Does it? Yeah, like what?
So it's got these fuzzy leaves.
Cute.
Let me pick a little bit up and show the people at home.
Wow, someone in the chat literally said, "Is that Cuban oregano?" before you said it.
Okay, wait. You guys have to get married, Amy and Trumane. Wow.
It's got these fuzzy leaves.
Can you do a little taste test?
Yeah, can you eat it?
To ask, but what does it taste like?
It's it kind of has a sweetness to it. It does taste a little bit minty.
Oh.
I don't think it has the flavor of oregano, but it's delicious. I do like it.
Yeah. I wonder if you could fry it up in a little bit of oil and then do some fresh on some chicken or something. I haven't eaten meat in 19 years, so tell me if it tastes bad.
Amy says very good, but chop it up and cook it because when it's fresh, it makes your mouth feel dry.
Oh no, Trumane, did we just kill you?
No, I think it's already happening, but maybe that's psychosomatic. I have no idea.
Amy types, yeah, if you eat it fresh, it's actually poison.
Yeah, die.
But I've been growing some herbs, so I got some green onions coming back here, which is nice.
Oh yes, Trumane. Look at that little KitchenAid. Okay, and is that a Lodge Dutch oven?
Oh no, this is my grandmother's Dutch oven. It's a Le Creuset. And she gave me a Le Creuset Dutch oven. She didn't give it to me. We took it from her.
We stole it in the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night, we stole this from my grandmother.
Beautiful.
We took her Dutch oven. We took her cast iron pan. There's like a 12-inch cast iron Le Creuset pan and a brazier as well that I have. And honestly, the best cookware I've ever stolen from an old woman.
Wow, that's truly gorgeous.
Yeah.
I loved that. Okay, sorry, Jordan, I interrupted your naming of the dishes for Herb Talk.
Sorry. Wait. Oh, for Herb Talk. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
sorry.
I was thinking like TikTok, like Herb Talk. I'm not okay, you guys. Okay. So Howie and Sarah made a Mediterranean shrimp pasta with fennel and sun-dried tomato vinaigrette. This sounds good to me. Y'all know I'm a freak for shrimp.
I can't eat shrimp anymore. I suddenly became allergic to shrimp. I used to love it so much. I used to eat like fried shrimp. My mom would like make fried shrimp on my birthdays. And
this is my worst fear because shrimp is my favorite food. And Trumane, my mom makes fried shrimp on my birthdays for me.
And you don't know this about Jordan, Trumane, but we mention this almost every week that one time Jordan had to go on a shrimp restriction diet. She wasn't allowed to eat any more shrimp.
I did know that. I did know that. I told you I've seen more episodes.
Oh my God, Top Chef.
Top Chef.
Okay.
Okay, I do struggle with hereditary high cholesterol.
Oh my God.
Trumane, I'm so sorry. Where all of a sudden did it just make you not feel good? This is my legitimate worst fear.
Yeah, it was just like it was truly on a birthday. I started feeling sick after eating shrimp, and like my tongue felt like bigger in my mouth. I thought it was like a mild allergic reaction. But what I heard is that like if you have these mild allergic reactions, it could just be like the first time it's not that bad, and then it gets very bad the next time. So I tried it a couple more times, and then I realized maybe let's not keep risking this.
Man, I'm so sorry. And actually in the chat, people are calling for a moment of silence for your newfound shrimp allergy. So let's just take a moment of silence for. Okay, wonderful.
And
Trumane, I am
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
There you go. 3, 4.
Christianity 1 and the blessed of the 2 and the 3 and the 4.
Wow, Trumane,
really
I'm so sorry.
Like that moment of silence, I thought of all the shrimp that I had.
No, are you allergic to any other shellfish?
I think lobster as well. Which we do fried shrimp and then lobster tail.
For your birthday?
My birthday.
Wow. I think I am just having an emotional day. That also made me want to cry for some reason.
Reka is not okay.
Yeah, okay, I'm unwell.
I'm gonna go check on Reka after this episode.
No traditions.
Okay, pop in the chat what you think Trumane's new birthday food traditions should be.
Oh, Trumane, that's so sad. Okay, well, Trumane can't have this Mediterranean pasta dish. I'm really sorry, but that being said, there's sun-dried tomato vinaigrette on it, which sounds like you wouldn't like it that much.
You wouldn't like it anyway, yeah. I will say sun-dried tomatoes often give me like heartburn. The first time I ever remember having heartburn is because I put a bunch of them in my pasta, but I don't care.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think same.
Yeah, they're pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
Well, especially because a lot of them are soaked in oil, and oil can give you really bad
heartburn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Wow.
Maybe that's why I don't like them that much.
There you go. Someone is in the chat that roly-polies are closely related to shrimp. Mm-hmm. That's so interesting to me. It does make me want to eat them. I'm like, are they delicious?
Yeah, I'm like, should Trumane eat that?
Yeah, should Trumane eat roly-polies
on your birthday?
I'll eat roly-polies.
Oh, that sounds cute.
Okay, sorry. Hung and Joey made tri-colored fusilli with, I'm so sorry. When I read this, I almost said tricolori is what I almost said.
Tricolora fusilli.
Absolutely bonkers. Okay, tri-colored fusilli with garlic and sun-dried tomato sauce and chicken. This sounds like fun, I guess.
This sounds fine. I think like, okay, I fluctuate. Like if I'm buying pasta, like a tricolor is like fun. But if I were to go to like a restaurant and someone to serve tricolor, I'd be like, oh, that's like a weird choice, I guess.
You'd
I
be
mean,
like,
I guess,
is dinner a joke to you?
yeah, I would scream for the chef and say, is this a joke to you? Am I a joke?
Yeah.
I've never
and
bought tricolor pasta.
Yeah, it is like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about pasta, but like, it is a little bit of like a hoax, it feels like, to be like, oh, there's spinach in this one and there's tomato in this one. It's like, yeah, like 0.1%, right? Like that's enough to make it green and red, right?
Yeah. Okay, and then lastly, Trey and CJ made a black truffle and Parmesan linguine, kale, tomato confit, and grilled chicken pasta dish.
Honestly, that sounds luxurious. That sounds so good.
I'm here for all this shit. Like, absolutely.
That sounds so good. I am such a sucker for the truffle scam. I will buy truffle salt. I like truffle butter, truffle olive oil. I'll pay the markup. It tastes good to me. And I know people think they're underrated. We've done a poll with our fans before. And people think it's underrated. I mean, excuse me, overrated.
What do you think, Tremaine?
Oh, I love truffle.
Yes.
I love it. Do you think it's, I do love it. I guess, yeah, I do think it's a little overrated or a little over,
I think it's appropriately rated.
Okay, wow.
Tremaine and I are on the same page.
I do think like truffle fries are kind of like they're too much.
Okay, because those are actually delicious to me.
Oh yeah?
So I think you're actually fucked.
Wow. Not taking it back. I stand by truffle fries. It gives it too much of a like what is that? It doesn't taste like truffle anymore. It tastes like it's overpowering the potatoes.
I think the problem that I have with truffle fries sometimes is that if someone were to shave truffles or do truffle salt, I think I would like that. But what most places do is after they fry the fries, they toss them in truffle oil.
They're pretty oily.
So yes, you're like taking a fry that's already fried in oil.
I think that's true.
Mm-hmm.
What if they fried it in truffle oil?
That would be too much as well, right?
I think that would ruin the truffle oil.
The truffle oil.
I guess. Or
too
maybe
hot.
Delicious. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Maya's now saying that in bio class, they learned the roly-poly thing, and then someone ate one and said, it tastes like pee.
How'd they know what pee tastes like?
I think a lot of people know what pee tastes like.
A lot? Okay, pop it in the chat if you know what piss tastes like.
Yeah.
I feel like I could guess. I don't think I know. But maybe I'm just bragging that I haven't had pee.
I assume it like tastes like it smells, right? Like just since those two senses are so related.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with that's the thing with pee. It tastes just like it smells.
I'm convinced that I could tell you what almost anything tastes like.
Okay, what's stupid about me saying that is I have literally thought that before. I'm like, I bet I know what a brick tastes like. I've never had one, but I probably guess.
You've like touched it. You like, you know what I mean?
All right, I know what piss tastes like.
Experience.
We all know what piss tastes like. I take it back.
Oh no.
Thank you, Reka.
Yeah.
Okay, so those were the dishes. And I think ultimately, I would like to voice my biggest complaint is that I do think a lot of these people I was a little underwhelmed with the creativity. I did think it was interesting. You know, I think we're before this, but if I were to have done this challenge, I'm like, let's do a vegetarian option. They had no vegetarian options in their line. And I'm just saying this to appease Reka. But do a vegetarian option or do something that's like, I liked that Dale and Casey did a meatball because nothing else had a meatball.
But I do also wonder like how creative they could get because the meatball was kind of met with a little bit of like a little side eye, right? It was like they still did well, but it was like meatball in a Mediterranean dish. Who the fuck are you? That type of like attitude about it.
Yes, it's very.
Because Tom Colicchio was like, "What is Mediterranean?" And I'm like, "My guy, get out of here."
And like even the black truffle was like, "When have you seen black truffle in Mediterranean dishes?" And it's like, this is still a food competition show where people should be able to explore and try to do things that would.
Yes, they're very rigid.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the first time that I was on Rocco Spirito's side. Just Rocco Spirito, like, is he like bad? Why do I have in my mind that he's bad, or am I just?
I've heard he was one of those. Let's actually look it up before I say something, and then it's.
That's what I'm trying to look up now. Rocco Despierto scandal.
He.
Okay, he had an estate battle with his siblings.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of.
And that's what I was thinking of.
I do know that he. Actually, no. You know, I used to confuse him with Johnny Uzzini, who hosts Top Chef Just Desserts, and got like sexual harassment charges.
I think Rocco Despierto is just like a famous celebrity chef dude from the early 2000s that like
yes,
better than everyone else, you know.
And he'll pop up in season 4 if you guys
this
are
is jumping way back, but
go.
Rocco Despierto was there during the quickfire challenge, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I forget who it was, but he like messed up the first question and was like, yeah, I don't know. I like, you're up there and Padma's sitting there looking all hot. And then there's this asshole next to her. It was like, what is happening? I don't understand the dynamics of this.
Oh, you don't remember who said that, Tremaine? Because
Was it
you
Howie?
performed it. No, it was Joey.
Joey.
Okay.
You don't know this, Tremaine, but Joey likes to talk about how much how much he is from New York. If you couldn't tell that already, he'll be like, in New York, that'd get you kicked in the face if you put truffles on the New Yorkers would kick you in the face. And you are someone who is from New York. So is Joey
from New York?
So you can decide. Is Joey?
I would have to say no. I would have to say no.
Okay, what if I told you? What if I told you he's from? Is he from Staten Island?
I think he's from
or Long Island.
I have said he seems like he is from Staten Island.
Would you believe that?
I would believe Staten or Long.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Great. So as we said, the winners of this challenge were CJ and Trey.
And they get to go to Italy.
Now, Tremaine, one of the quick fire questions I didn't get to ask you was, what would you do if you won an elimination challenge and won a cookbook, and then the next people to win an elimination challenge won a trip to Italy?
Oh, I would try to trade in my cookbook for a trip.
We've kind of hinted at this a lot in every episode of Talk Chef, but just like the inequality in prizes. It's like, I'm sorry, what the fuck? They get to go to Italy?
Well, this episode was heavily sponsored by Bertolli.
Yes, exactly.
Authentic Bertolli pasta.
Yeah.
Just like my mama made.
Yeah. I love Italian Reika. She's one of my favorite Reikas.
Yeah, my mama makes a mean marinara. My mom doesn't know what marinara is, but
it was very funny seeing everyone's reason for wanting to go to Italy, and it basically just being like, cause it's Italy.
Yeah, it seems cool. I hate when they make them answer stupid questions like that. It feels like the fellowships like writers will have to enter where you have to just not be weeded out. You have to answer, why do you want $10,000 for free?
Yeah.
Because okay.
When I was in high school, I played soccer.
Yeah, and all the kids used to spit on me.
Yeah. Shut up.
Yes.
Yeah, I completely agree with her. So yeah, they got to go to Italy, and that's incredible.
That's truly incredible. And then
who got the only ones who did the thing right? And then Howie went home and cried like a little idiot. He talked so much this whole season about being a man and be a man, and that person's a little.
Well, he said crying like a little girl or something. And it's like, I ain't got no shame for anyone crying on this show. I'm just like, Howie, don't you see? It's okay to cry. Don't you see, Howie? Joey, sorry. I'm so sorry, Joey. Excuse me.
Rika.
I'm so sorry. Again, they are different evolutions of the same Pokemon.
Yes.
Long Islandosaurus. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. And I am Lickopotamus or whatever that thing is called.
Lickopotamus! Oh my God. I want a shirt that says that. It's Lickatongue.
Okay.
Lickopotamus.
Shockingly dirtier than what I said.
Lickopotamus sounds so cute.
It does.
Reika, will you draw a picture of a Lickopotamus?
I will. Actually, I will do that after the show.
Hell yeah. Okay, Tremaine, so we have a question for you.
Yeah.
As you know, the thing that won this dish was like a pasta with a truffle butter sauce, confit of tomatoes, some chicken. We want to know what you would do if you were in this challenge. You got to do a Bertolli frozen pasta inspired by the Mediterranean. What would your dish be? And then we're going to put it up against our winning dish, our Top Chef winning dish, on our Instagram, and fans will vote.
Okay. What would I do? I would do a penne pasta, right? Do some penne, throw a little pesto in there. What do we got? Oh, I want to throw some olives in. I don't know about olives cooking well, right? There's some black olives. We'll get some black olives in there. It doesn't matter.
You're deep in thought. I love this. Or are you frozen? Oh my God, Tremaine, are you frozen?
No, I am deep in
thought.
thought.
Oh my God, that was crazy.
The most still I've ever seen someone be.
Deep in thought.
I thought you were making like a Bertolli's and being frozen.
I loved it. And then 2 whole fresh sprigs of thyme.
Beautiful. I love that.
So we got penne pasta with pesto, olives, and thyme.
Mm-hmm.
Yum.
And that's a vegetarian option for you.
Oh, thank you. Be still my heart. And vegan, it sounds like if you can make vegan pesto pretty easily.
Yeah. What's the replacement for the Parmesan?
I would use a nutritional yeast or a miso.
And you know what I'll say? I use nothing at all and don't miss it.
Me too. I sometimes have not even done it. And you can use any herb to make pesto too.
And you can use most nuts.
Yes. I've done it. I've toasted up some pecans and done it.
Yes.
Because
That I got you from Costco?
Yes, bitch.
Compared to the pine nuts.
It's all good. Everything. You can eat anything, Tremaine.
Listen, this is the thing. Pine nuts are too expensive.
They are expensive.
If you're Chrissy Teigen doing whatever you want, great, use a pine nut. But I use a bulk walnut piece from Costco because it's very affordable. And then I use a spinach.
Yep.
And maybe a little basil if I have basil. But honestly, sometimes I just do spinach. And then I do olive oil, a lot of garlic, and a little squeeze of lemon.
Yes. You can anything can be anything. You can eat anything. That's the motto. That's the motto.
You can eat
anything. You can eat anything. And Tremaine, one last thing. You are top chef.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh
and you're my top chefs.
Okay, I'm gonna literally cry.
No one's ever said it back to us.
No one's ever said it back to us, and I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. Well, thank you so much, Tremaine.
Thank you so much.
Truly, guys, we loved having you, Tremaine. This was a blast. Please follow Tremaine. His info is in the description of the video. He's very funny. He's a very good cook, so please give him a little follow. And then also, again, Hollywood Food Coalition. That's our season's food-based charity that we are donating to. Jordan is collecting donations in her Venmo handle, which is at JORDANMYR1CK. That info is in the chat. It's in the description of the video. It's all over the place. So just put a little comment if you're donating through Venmo, Hollywood Food Coalition or something. And thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
This is a blast.
We love you guys. And follow Talk Chef on Instagram if you want to stay up to date with what we're doing. And also some Top Chef news. There's some big Top Chef news that's come out recently. So
absolutely. And Tremaine, we forgot to ask you, do you have any plugs? Anything you want to plug?
Nope.
Perfect. Wow. Wow.
Just happy to be here.
Yeah, if you're ever in Chicago, say hello to Tremaine.
Yeah.
Please. Top Chef season 4 is in Chicago.
Oh, I gotta watch that. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, season 4. Yeah, you gotta check it out. The first episode has Rocco DiSpirito in it. And they do a deep dish challenge, which I remember reading Padma said was extremely difficult because there are 20 chefs and she has to eat 20 slices of deep dish.
Oh my God, yeah.
Stupid.
That's terrible.
So dumb. Anyway, thank you guys.
Bye, everybody. See you next week.